Why did the Chozo make Mother Brain? If they were the greatest race in the galaxy, then what would they need a sentient computer in a glass for? Let's take a look. Hello and welcome back to the Lore Raider, the home of all things Metroid, with a smattering of Tomb Raider and Bayonetta. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe down below. So, why did the Chozo build Mother Brain? If you stop to think about it, it does seem strange. After all, the Chozo were already more than capable of being a great civilization on their own, having made the power suits, such as, well, Samus's power suit, flying cities as we see in Elysia, and were extremely capable of making robots, such as we see throughout both Metroid 2 and Metroid Dread. And not only did they create Mother Brain, they seem to have created more like her. We know of at least one more, that being Master Brain, who seemed to have also fallen in with the space pirates and was in charge of making the Metroid version of the Death Star, known as the Doomseye. Well, let's start there. Was Mother Brain created to help manage some sort of project? It's a good thought. Mother Brain played a huge role in helping the Chozo create the Metroids on planet Zebes, working closely with the likes of Grey Voice and Old Bird, and certainly would have kept up correspondence with Chozo across the galaxy, including the United Maka and Thoha effort on SR3D8. While this idea does have some merit, the lore explains that helping manage the Metroid project seemed to be more of a convenient benefit of Mother Brain rather than her actual purpose. We actually get a key hint as to about what Mother Brain's intended purpose was from the Metroid manga. When Old Bird was comforting Samus, he mentions the Chozo are a declining race, and rely on Mother Brain for labor and meditation. This is very interesting when you take into account two oft overlooked facts about Chozo culture. The first, that all known surviving Chozo are male, whilst Mother Brain's of course female. The second of these facts is that we actually do get a brief look at female Chozo, namely in certain screens during Metroid Zero Mission. We see that they had taken what appears to be a religious and spiritual role in Chozo society in ancient times. And I do mean ancient times, because that is when the Chozo arrived on planet Zebes aboard the now wrecked ship, which most likely predates when the Elysians and Skytown were created some 1500 years ago. This was back when the Chozo were still strong, much closer to what Ravenbeak looks like than to what modern Old Bird looks like, and then at some point in their history, the female Chozo disappeared, and as Old Bird tells us in the manga, the Chozo lost their ability to reproduce as the species aged. So what does this tell us? It tells me that it's very likely Mother Brain was created, at least initially, to fill in for the missing gap in Chozo culture, this being the spiritual side, and this explains why Mother Brain is female. As when looking at Chozo art, again, it's abundantly clear that male Chozo were expected to be warriors. Even Grey Voice still got it in his old age. That brings us to the second reason Mother Brain was created, as Old Bird himself said, for labor. The Chozo, a declining race unable to create more children, were not getting any younger, and needed to automate a lot of their civilization. We see Mother Brain exterminating vermin on Zebes, for example, and as we mentioned at the start, she clearly became heavily involved in the creation of the Metroids, even keeping the Zebes Chozo updated on the progress with the Metroids on a regular basis. This is a consistent feature of Chozo civilization. Look no further than the Elysian race, who were created to do labor for the Chozo as seen in Prime 3, or the robot Chozo soldiers created by the Makin Chozo on ZDR to augment their armies. It's just really as Grey Voice says, the Chozo were probably the best in the galaxy, if not the universe, when it came to technology. It's just a shame that, like so much of their legacy, it would be their ultimate doom. Well, that's all I leave you. If you want to see more content like this, please like, share, and subscribe, and leave your suggestions down below for what kind of content you'd like to see next. I'm always happy to see your comments, and I read every single one of them when I can. Until then, you know how I leave you. Be safe, be wise, and as ever, please pray for a true peace in space. Take care.